G. I am working as an assistant professor in Department of Information Science and Engineering, SJVIT, Bangalore. I welcome you all to this lab session on machine learning. Good morning, students. Today we shall take up the discussion of third lab program, which is the ID3 algorithm. So before we look at what this ID3 algorithm is, let us look at the data set on which the ID3 algorithm operates. So this is the data set on which the ID3 algorithm operates. So here again we are deciding whether a person could play a sport or not. So how are we deciding this? Based on these attribute values. So the first attribute is the outlook, second one is the temperature, third one is humidity, and fourth one is wind. So based on the attribute values, we are going to classify the situation, that is whether the person can play a sport or not. So here we are again importing the that is, we are importing some packages. We are importing the CSV package, we are importing the math package, because here we are going to carry out some mathematical computations. Then we import the random package, random, because the values of the attribute should be chosen randomly. And then here we are creating this first thing, that is, what is ID3 algorithm all about? So ID3 algorithm is all about building a tree. So upon building a tree, then we decide by traversing the tree that whether we can play the game or not. So this process of building a tree requires certain computations to be done. So what is a tree and how does a tree structure look? A tree mainly comprises of a node and a branch. So node is nothing but your feature value and branch is nothing but the decision making process. So you apply a test on the feature value, and whatever be the result of the test, accordingly you will make your decision and you will choose the traversal of a certain path. So here we are defining the class node, that is, we are defining how our tree would look, and after this we have to now build our tree. So if we have to build our tree, the first node of our tree should be a root node. So the root node, how should we choose this root node is the next question. So for choosing this root node, we have to calculate the information gain value of each and every attribute. We have 5 attributes with us, and any of these 5 attributes could be chosen as our root node. And how do we decide which attribute to choose as our root node? It is based on the information gain value. So whichever attribute gets the maximum information gain value, we are going to choose that particular attribute as our root node. And how do we calculate this information gain value? For calculating the information gain, we have to first calculate the entropy values. Entropy of what? Entropy of the individual attribute and the entropy of the entire data set. Once we have the entropy of the entire data set and the individual attribute, the difference between the entropy of the entire data set and the individual attribute will give you the result of information gain. So for that, I have this function entropy over here. So this will calculate the entropy value. So I have explained this process in the due course of class. And then once I have the entropy, yes, I have the information gain function over here. So this part of information gain will calculate the value of the information gain, taking the individual attribute entropy and the entire entropy as the input. And after we have the information gain value, we are going to make a choice. So which type of attribute are we going to choose? That attribute which has the maximum information gain. So here this particular part of the code is going to choose that attribute which has the maximum gain, and this attribute which has the maximum gain will now become my root node. So for building the tree, I have this function, part of this function, which is going to build the tree for me. So this node with the maximum gain value will become the root node. Then the process again continues iteratively. Now that I have the root node with me, the root node can take 3 values to it. Okay. So now with respect to each of the values, I'll see if they are categorical or not. What do I mean by categorical? If the values, if the instance values are classified with, if all the instance values are either certainly with yes, or if they are certainly with no. So if they are in that form, then I am going to stop my classification. If there is ambiguity involved, I am going to continue with my tree building process. Okay. So this happens iteratively, and finally you are going to get this result as to how many number of records are othering to that particular target concept. Thank you. We shall discuss the next program in the coming lab session.